Mark.
Set. And the mic's in the shot. Mic. And action. Well, we just finished filming most of the day. We're almost done. One more shot with Karen. But this is her obviously homeless look. And she's being touched up by Dolly. And so have you had a good day?
I've had a wonderful day. A wonderful time portraying this character.
How do you like those nasty teeth?
Oh, that was the best part of getting made up. To wear these teeth. But Mary's pretty complex. Pretty deep character. And a lot going on, you know, in her heart and mind. And we had to portray that today. So
yeah, and we had to get her emotional, reading God's word, and then it really touching her heart.
Yeah.
And how it, you know, emotionally affected your character.
Yeah, exactly. And me myself. I mean, I felt for Mary myself. But
well, it was great because Karen kept reading different passages of the Bible while we're walking and all the things we were filming, and she'd stop and she goes, "Have you seen this?"
Yeah.
And she's like, did you know I was going to be reading this? And I'm like, nope. She was just picking passages that were really touching you, right?
Yeah. I mean, it was just like, you know, it was right there in my face. It was alive.
And I
in
told
my
her,
face.
yeah. And I said, God speaks to you anywhere.
Yeah.
You get God's word and you read it, He's going to speak to you, right?
Oh yeah. He's able.
Yeah, that's great.
So,
well, you were fabulous. She did such an
you.
amazing job, as did
you.
Freddie, and it was such a pleasure to work with both of them.
Yes.
So thank you again.
Oh, thank you. It was a pleasure to be here.
All right, baby. All right, well now I am with Freddie, and he played the role of Jake. Now Jake was homeless, but we're done filming. We just finished, we just wrapped. We did our last shot, which is called a martini shot, and so you're all cleaned up because you've already changed.
Yeah.
But did you have fun today?
Oh, I had a fun time. I had a great time.
Now you were a real bully. And that's what I told them when we were rehearsing and stuff. I said, with Karen, you're just, the whole area, all the people that live around here, they know you as the bully. And when you show up, it's like, oh, not Jake. So you did a great job playing that tough guy. You had the right balance of being mean and tough and everything else.
Thank you. It was just acting.
Of course. He's actually a nice guy.
Hey, right?
So you had a good time?
I had a great time, man.
How about working with Karen?
Oh, fun. Man, it was hard to keep, as you noticed, it was hard to keep a straight face.
Yeah, he kept laughing. Every time she'd yell at him, he'd crack up. Now, why was that? Because you're not used to her being so mean to you? Or I mean, what? I mean, she'd go, "No, Jake!" And you'd be like, you know, what was that about?
Well, you know, we worked before, you know, and so we've known each other for a while. And she's just a big teddy bear, honestly.
Yeah.
And she's so sweet. And to see her, you know, try to, you know, be that way mean, you know, or trying to stand up for herself, it just kind of tickled me actually, because you know, she's such, you know, such a jokester, and so everything she says is funny. So you know, it was great. I had a good time with her.
Yeah. You know, I have to say, we found Mary, her name is Karen. We found Karen, she did a show months ago, and my wife and I were there to see the show with somebody else. Elijah Rock was a friend of ours who's in the show. And so we saw Karen, and we didn't know her at the time, but she was so fabulous that we walked out of there that night and we said, we have to cast this woman in something. And so I actually went home and my wife and I created a storyline about a homeless woman with her in mind.
Nice.
So we actually wrote this whole script today with her in mind. Come on over here. I got talking about you.
Yeah.
Because stay over here though. He's talking about how you kept making him laugh when you're yelling at him.
Oh my gosh.
But
it's hilarious.
we saw Karen at this show, and afterwards we wrote this entire thing about her. So I called her months later and I said, Karen, you don't know me very well. We met you briefly, but we wrote a show with you in mind. But I'd still like you to audition. Do you mind? And so we did a private audition. She was gracious enough to audition for us. And then we went ahead and had auditions for some other actresses, but nobody could compare.
Oh,
You beat all of them out because you're phenomenal. and plus, I kind of thought you would be, because we wrote this for you because of how amazing you were in that play.
Oh yeah.
And then working with Freddie. How was it working with Freddie?
Oh, Freddie. Which is probably why we broke, you know, while we were working together. Freddie is a great actor.
Yeah.
I mean, dedicated. You know, he dedicates himself to the role and he pulls it through. And I love working with him. You're an excellent person as well. And so, I made him laugh just because we couldn't get serious about yelling at each other.
You know, and I have to say, this is very funny because we saw you in a very dramatic play,
Yeah.
and you were phenomenal. This is a dramatic short film, and you're phenomenal. So you'd think she's a dramatic actress. Well, she's also a comedic actress, as you
Yes.
probably know, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you've worked with Ashton, what's his name?
Ashton Kutcher, yeah.
On 2.5 Men.
Yeah.
She's worked with on Cougar Town. What was her
Cougar
name?
Town. With,
Courtney Cox, yes, from Friends.
From Friends.
And so many other major TV shows and films. She works all the time, and yet it's comedy.
It's
And yet
comedy.
you're such a dramatic
Yeah.
actress.
Exactly. You got to. You know what? You have to do both. You
Yeah.
almost have to do it. You know, just to keep yourself working, keep yourself fresh.
Fresh.
You know, and doing your craft. You know, and the more serious that you can be, the more comical it is.
And that's why you guys kept laughing. I think, even though it's a dramatic short, you guys kept cracking up because you're comedic, you're a funny, you're a prankster, you are.
Yeah.
So you guys are supposed to be all serious, and you're laughing the whole time.
Yeah. It's
Exactly.
It was a joy.
Yeah,
That's all I can say. It was a joy working with Frank.
yeah. Well, you guys were both
It's been a
phenomenal,
while.
great in both the roles, and you guys were our perfect cast. So again, thank you.
Oh,
thank
you're welcome.
you.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
My pleasure. All right, guys, let's go home.
All right.
It's a wrap.
Thanks, Mike.
All right. Thanks, man. That was good. That was a good interview.